to read for you again. Hello, Cellulite and Love Tarot, or Hillary for short. Welcome. I feel like I'm doing something weird with my arm. Happy Thoughtful Thursday on my channel. Today's reading is going to be, usually I do who's thinking about you, but I feel called to do a what people think about you. So we're going to see what energy you are putting out to your community around you, people who know you, people who see what you're up to, and what everyone is thinking about you. So yeah, I'm so excited to do it. I feel like it's going to be like a good thing. So 44 on the clock. As soon as I went to start this reading, my third eye area started hurting. So I don't know if someone's having like maybe some spiritual gifts start opening up. Maybe your third eye is opening, or you just might be getting more intuitive downloads and stuff. And if you're kind of new to that, then you might be like, why am I thinking certain things? That's just channeled. Anyways, let's clear for you and clear for me. And jump right in with some cosmic insights. Okay, Spirit, my higher self, my darling's higher self, thank you so much for using me as a channel to guide and instruct. I ask for the most clear and concise messages, information, feelings, and sensations to come through for the betterment of my darling and for the highest good of everyone involved. Thank you so much, Spirit. And thank you so much for being here. I'm not caught up in my comments. I'm sorry. The night that I was planning on doing all my recordings and catching up on comments was a hard night with my kids, and then yesterday was all day with my son. So yeah, I did record all the shorts today, so I'm gonna get those edited and be back to posting it tomorrow. Okay, Spirit, can you please connect me to my darling and people around them? What are people thinking of my amazing, wonderful darling here? Tell me what they're thinking about them. What do people think of them? Let Go and Honeymoon came out. Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Open up your heart at the bottom. For the overview, I feel like people around you feel like they are watching you sort of change completely from maybe who you used to be with this Let Go card. I'm being drawn to the butterfly picture, so it'd be like a metamorphosis. They've watched you turn from a lovely little caterpillar into a beautiful butterfly, okay? And they're seeing how letting something go, sort of evolving, it may have taken a lot of work, a lot of discomfort. The process of a caterpillar changing into a butterfly, I forget, I read some quote a long time ago. I don't remember exactly what it was. It was basically like, what it takes for that to happen is for the caterpillar to turn into basically goo, and then they are reborn, right? So I feel like you had to completely change who you are for the most part. And now you are reaping the rewards. People see that like things are really working out for you. You may be attracting in a lot of, I feel like just a lot of emotional satisfaction right now. And so that makes you magnetic. This may have happened during one of the earth sign seasons, or you may just be, maybe you're an earth sign, okay? Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We just came out of Virgo season a couple months ago. So yeah, maybe. We're in Scorpio now. I forget that we just went into Scorpio, so I wanted to say the last season, but that's 2 away now. Okay, let's get some tarot. Spirit, what can you tell me about this? What can you tell me about this? What are they thinking of my wonderful darling? What's going on? Queen of Cups. Oh my gosh. Ace of Wands. 9 of Pentacles. I love this so far. 3 of Wands. 5 of Swords. Woo! I'm not going to take the face down ones, but I'll take the face up ones. Ooh, with the star on bottom, there's that healing energy. That's complete transmutation. Wishes coming true. Doing something with 8 of Pentacles underneath that. 4 of Swords. Okay. People thinking about you. I feel like you come across as someone who's very, very loving, very nurturing. Okay. I feel like you have been someone that people go to whenever they need any sort of upliftment or support. Okay. I feel like you are always there for people. They feel very nurtured around you. You have always embodied this type of energy. Just, even if it's not super emotional, you've always been someone that they could rely on. Okay. People know that they can rely on you. I feel like things sort of shifted, and that's not a negative thing. They see that it's good for you with the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is an amazing new opportunity in moving forward, right? And having a new passion and drive. And I feel like the new passion and drive is for self-love with the Queen of Cups, Ace of Wands, and Nine of Pentacles. I feel like they are viewing you as really enjoying the process of self-love, right? And figuring out who you are and loving who you are and taking care of yourself. And I feel like they're watching this shift from being like maybe someone who felt like they always gave more than they received, right? The Queen of Cups gives the most love out of anyone in the tarot. She has the most love to give. So you may have at one point felt like you give so much and you don't receive even a fraction back because like you are the source of love basically. And so I feel like they are watching you really enjoy shifting that energy from taking care of others to taking care of yourself, okay? I feel like it took a lot to get here. I feel like you really had to change basically your outlook on life, your outlook on certain relationships. You maybe at one point felt like you needed to be a necessary part of people's lives for them to heal and evolve. This is all channeled. This is not necessarily directed to these cards. But I feel like that had to change. I feel like you had to realize that you could offer people all the love in the world, all the support in the world, and they won't necessarily appreciate that or view that, take that opportunity to do anything productive with it. So I feel like you've been like, okay, I have to be careful about where I'm spending my time and energy, you know, what sort of support is beneficial for everyone and what sort of support is enabling bad behavior, okay? I feel like it took a big shift, right? And as you've been working on this, you're seeing things change around you, right? I feel like you are in this heavy manifestation mode. People see that like things are just really coming into you. It could be financial, definitely with the Ten of Pentacles. That is inheritance. It's like a lottery win, you know, for just like the more crazy options. But really, this is just complete abundance. Abundance in family, abundance in friends, abundance, tangible abundance, okay? Now, it doesn't have to be like, I feel like you're feeling this abundance within yourself. I feel like you're becoming the type of person with this manifesting, this magician card, and the Ten of Pentacles. You're becoming the type of person who is magnetizing a lot of things to you. That's what I'm trying to say. I feel like people see that it doesn't really make sense how your energy is the way that it is, because I feel like maybe other people would not have become so fruitful from the situations that you've been through. Yeah, the Seven of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. Most people are like, man, it takes me so long to get to where I feel like, you know, I'm successful, right? And I feel like they're sort of enamored by just how you are magnetizing contentment. You know, even if it's not physical money, even if it's not, it all starts with the energy first, right? So you're embodying the energy of someone who has everything that their heart desires. That's how you manifest. So like, that's amazing. I feel like they're perplexed because they're like, it takes me so much time to have the same results, right? I feel like I have to do all this work, all this planning, all this blah, blah, blah. And then at the end of the day, it's like, oh, finally get to sit down. Whereas, I don't know, I'm almost getting an envy energy, but not in a negative way. It would be a positive form of envy. Sort of just like perplexed. Like, how the heck are you doing that? How are you doing that? On the bottom, you got the Star and the Eight of Pentacles, the Four of Swords, Eight of Swords, Page of Swords. Okay, yeah. So people around you, they're like, you have freaking... I feel like you're getting everything that your heart desires on an energetic level first, right? Again, I feel like your energy is just screaming somebody totally different than who they knew you to be with this star card. I feel like they're like, how is this person basically so dedicated? Like, maybe they don't see the things coming in around you yet, but just your energy alone is just like, man, that's going to lead to good places, right? And they see how dedicated you are to your healing, to your improvement, and just how dedicated you are to the energy of abundance, right? To the energy of being like, everything's working out for me, right? Why am I getting like repetition? Like they're like, you are so dedicated because you just keep doing the same thing. Not in a bad way. Like it's a positive thing. They may notice certain things happening around you where maybe it would knock other people down around you, 11 on the clock, or maybe previously sort of situations that fell through or were disappointing would have knocked you down. And they are watching you go through, situations that, similar situations, and they're watching you get back up and just like grinding repetitively on this healing energy, right? And they're seeing how good that is for you with the Four of Swords. Like, I feel like you could be sort of, again, this is pulling away and focusing on yourself with the Four of Swords. There's no one here. It's you meditating, getting one with yourself. So some people feel like there might be someone around you who's like feeling like this sort of energy shift in you excludes them from being included in your life. Now, this isn't about a single specific person, but if single specific people energies come up, I'm going to mention it. So there's someone around you who's watching from the outside in and feels like they don't know how to get to you, right? They feel kind of trapped in their own thoughts about it. Yeah, they're thinking about the way things used to be with that Six of Cups. Ooh. The Moon, the Ten of Swords, and the Sun. I feel like people that you used to help out, that you maybe had to set boundaries with, they're just like really scared that there's no coming back, right? Because your energy is so different now. Your energy is so different. And it's not like your energy was ever bad before. I just feel like your energy, without being protected with proper boundaries, was taken advantage of many times, and it left you in this sort of betrayed. I feel like a lot of people betrayed you. Thank you, Ginger. That is confirmation. She's sleep talking. So I feel like they're like, man, I'm almost getting the energy of someone who felt like they felt a lot of power having control over you. I don't really want to focus a lot on this energy, but I'm going to touch base because it's specific for someone. They felt like they had a lot of control over you, like they could probably always do whatever they wanted and you would always forgive them. You had this unconditional love energy for them. And I feel like this last time, whatever happened, I felt like you put your foot down, and not even from an angry place, just like, I'm not putting myself through this anymore. Like, I'm going to let you do what you have free will. You have free will. So I'm not going to entertain that anymore. Take care. Ta-ta. And then like they're seeing you basically glow up and get even happier than you were before, even more loving, even more carefree. And they're like, man, I kind of thought I had a hold of this person, right? They maybe felt like your happiness depended on them. And so now they're seeing like that you're even happier without them. And they're feeling some type of way about it. I don't want to talk too much about this specific person, okay? So, let's see. Tell me more about this. Tell me more about what people are thinking. Tell me more about what people are thinking, please. King of Wands. You're more confident than ever. You're more confident than ever. Yeah, you're more confident than ever. Oh my gosh. Nine of Pentacles out twice. Yeah, because of that. Okay. You got Two of Wands, King of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, Strength, Three of Pentacles, Hangman. That was the first stuff that came out for this one. I'm going to read this bottom one separately because it all kind of came out in a jumble there. I feel like you definitely are just like, I cannot be who I was before with the Two of Wands. I don't like who I was. I don't like how insecure I was. I don't like how much I required other people's, maybe not even other people's. I don't like what I was navigating out of before for myself, energetically. The Wands are all about like energy, spirit, passion, right? And I feel like once there was this click, right, of, well, am I going to stay the same or am I going to change? Once there was this click of like, oh, I can change, boom. The Wands are rapid. It's the fastest moving energy in the deck are the Wands. So I feel like it was all of a sudden a shift in perspective, and then bam, you're like confident as ever. You're like, my worth was never reliant on other people loving me back or approving of me or validating my work, or my self-worth was never in the hands of other people, right? I love that for you because you've taken it back with the Nine of Pentacles again. Complete self-empowerment. I feel like you're like, okay, because of this switch in your thought process, people are seeing you basically sort of hang back with the Hangman too. Yeah, they're seeing you sort of hang back from maybe the certain crowd, the certain friend group, certain people, maybe even changing careers with that Three of Pentacles. They view you hanging back from what you were what you were used to doing, and they're seeing you do things differently. And because of that, Eight of Wands, the Fool, Six of Cups, Page of Wands, Knight of Cups, Three of Swords. Okay? I feel like things are changing rapidly for you, and everyone can see it. It's something that can't be disputed, right? Eight of Wands, Fool, that is fast changes. That's a fast new beginning. And the Fool is Aries energy for me, so with the Wands, it's just like, your soul's on fire right now. They just think that your soul's on fire, right? I feel like they're watching you really mature. I feel like people, okay, I'm getting a specific message. So I feel like the same people that you supported around you did not support you the same way and were almost put off if you needed support. Like if you had moments where you were feeling sad or you were thinking about, man, why doesn't this person, reciprocate, or why don't I have anyone? People would just kind of like roll their eyes about it and just be like, okay, you're being emotional, right? And I feel like they're watching you basically like, well, if no one's going to support me, I'm going to support myself, right? This whole, my self-worth was never in the hands of anyone else. It was never reliant on anyone else's validation or support, right? Learning how to give that to yourself. I feel like they're watching you mature in this sense, but at the same time, because of this, with the Six of Cups and the Page of Wands to the Knight of Cups and Three of Swords, it's leaving people in the dust, and they're just like, oh, well, shit, now you're not going to be here for me? I feel like you're still there for people, but you just have better boundaries about it, and maybe for your own sake, I feel like you could be a very empathetic person. So you have learned how to place energetic boundaries to not absorb other people's energy, right? And so that sort of leaves them feeling like, well, now we're disconnected. Like now you're being selfish. Right? I don't think you're selfish at all, and I don't think most people think that you're selfish, but it's just like there's this shift and you're not who you were before, and that's hard for them. Okay? That's hard for them. They don't like that because they like all the things that people basically rolled their eyes at you for needing and wanting and asking is the exact same thing that you were giving them, and now they're feeling the lack of it, and they're like, in that same energy that they would roll their eyes at you about, or like, oh, Now they would, if it was you, they would be saying you're emotional, but they're embodying that same energy. It's not funny. I just, how the turntables, just like it's sort of that energy. How the turntables. Yeah, people are like, well, shit, now I have to work on myself. 8 of Pentacles, 4 of Swords. Isn't that what came out earlier? No, maybe not. Now I have to work on myself? What do you mean you're not gonna pick up the pieces for me? You're not gonna do my work for me? You're not gonna like, feel my feelings for me? I'm not gonna get that sort of validation? And you're just like, I do, it's just not the same level. It's not a toxic level. It's not a codependent level, right? And that's great. There's a difference. I feel like it's so important, especially if you're an empathetic person, okay? It is one thing to show up and be there for someone and to support them. It is a whole other thing to energetically take that energy and make it yours. That's a whole different thing. So there is a need, and I feel like you have been placing energetic boundaries and learning how to show up in a healthy way, right? And not give so much, not take the whole burden of someone's emotional energy like it's yours. It's a stark contrast from what people are used to, though. And it's like, I don't know, people are happy for you, but then at the same time, it's like they're also feeling like they're missing out now. Let's see. What else? What are you thinking? Ooh, goodness. What else? Let me tell you. Page of Pentacles. Oh my God. Because of this energy shift, the people who were super toxic in your life, who feel like, they were basically entitled to you energetically completely and then didn't give anything. Now they feel like you're the one not giving enough to them with the Page of Pentacles. Death. 7 of Swords reversed. Let me think about that 7 of Swords reversed. I feel like you're not giving enough to them, okay? I do feel like they are, this is needed though, okay? Sorry, this is chaos. The Page of Pentacles, Death, 7 of Swords reversed, Page of Wands, Lovers, Hermit, 6 of Wands, 3 of Wands, King of Cups, the Chariot. Okay, they don't feel like you're giving enough to them, okay? They miss what you used to give them. They feel like it's a fraction of what you used to give them, if anything at all, okay? They feel like everything's changed drastically. There's no going back to the way things were before. This is necessary, though, because this sort of step in your healing is a necessary part of their healing, of their self-accountability, of them seeing things clearly. Because, again, I feel like what you gave to them, they viewed that as a reflection of their importance. Your love, your affection, your support. They were like, well, yeah, that's because I'm me, They didn't recognize that as you being spectacularly loving, supportive. They viewed that, it was like an ego thing, right? So they're having to see things clearly now. They're having to see things clearly. And they're realizing that maybe they weren't all that in a bag of potato chips with the Page of Wands and Lovers. They're like, maybe I wasn't that big of a deal. Maybe this person made me feel larger than life. However, they feel very small right now. They're not mad at you about it. It's just like sort of this ego processing thing right now. I will say there's like this, there's like this mental battle right now because yes, it's important that they're learning who they truly are so that they can build up their own self-worth, because in the same way that maybe you relied on other people's validation before, or support, and you've learned how to do that for yourself, this person is now having to do the same thing, or the people around you are having to do the same thing. You are literally setting an example and leading the people around you into healing, whether they know that subconsciously or consciously. It could be they could be completely aware of it or unaware of it, but either way, your energy is causing a ripple effect behind you for the people in your wake to be doing the same thing, right? So because of that, there are people who are resistant to it, maybe the same way that you used to be resistant to this change, who now want you to come out of basically self-isolation with the hermit mode, right? They want you to come out of that so that they can feel on top of the world again with the hermit and 6 of Wands, okay? I feel like it's a battle. It's a battle. An internal battle. They wish that you could just fix their problems for them emotionally, energetically, with support. They do want that, There's nothing wrong with that. I've been there, right? I do feel like they are starting to see sort of how this energy change that you have embodied, they are also seeing the benefit to it having an effect on them with the 3 of Wands, King of Cups, and the Chariot. They may feel like there's no coming back. Like Chariot and Death, there's no real coming back, right? So they're sort of having to deal with moving forward, a change of plans, things not going the way that they wanted. But it's helping them mature with that King of Cups, right? They are learning how to basically balance their own emotions, right? The same way that you have had to learn how to do that. You are a healer in ways that you don't understand. It's not just that you heal people by showing up and supporting them and encouraging them. You heal them by making them face their own inner stuff, whether they are aware of it or not. Whether you are aware of it or not. Everything you do is healing. When you show up and support people, you're healing. When you take a step back, set boundaries, you're healing. That is literally, I feel like, your calling, and people are seeing that. Some people are very aware of it. Some people are minorly aware of it. Some people don't want to see it, but it's in their face anyways. Either way, that's your energy, okay? Let's close this off with, I want to do some Moonology oracles to close it off. Just see what the universe wants you to know for you right now. Spirit, what do you want my amazing, healing, wonderful darling to know for all this that they're dealing with right now, with the community around them, the people in their life? What do you want them to know? Don't let pride get in your way. It's time to take action, new moon in Aries. You are good enough and your commitment is being tested. You're very close to achieving your goals on the bottom. Don't let pride get in your way. Okay. This is the pride of others, I feel like. I feel like there are people who want you to build their pride up. Again, I was getting the energy of someone who felt larger than life and viewed your love and affection and support as a reflection of their greatness, okay? Someone might want to try to reel you back in with that, okay? So they want you to be aware. Don't let pride get in your way. This person wants you to build up their pride. At the same time, recognize how perhaps showing up so almost like a martyr, right? Sacrificing yourself to build up other people is also navigating out of pride, because it's seeking external validation, right? So, I'm saying this harsher than I mean it, okay? Again, I need to work on my communication. I feel like whatever you're doing, the actions you're taking now You're doing freaking fantastic. You are helping yourself and others, okay? Your commitment is being tested. If I were to open the book about this and read it, it would talk about how your commitment to your own self, your own growth is being tested. There are people who are going to maybe try to make you feel like you're being selfish, you're being self-centered, you're not doing enough, you changed, you're different. You. And you got to focus on you. You do have to focus on you. If someone's argument with you is that you are too focused on you, and you have been someone who has been so self-sacrificing in the past, you can recognize the complete projection that's happening there, okay? If you've always been a selfish person and you never, gave back what you give or what people gave to you, if you were a taker and not a giver, then sure, maybe that criticism would be relevant, but that's not the energy of the person I'm reading on. I'm reading on someone who gave everything to a fault, okay? And you're learning how not to do that. People who are takers don't like that, okay? They don't like that. So if anyone who is a taker in your life, who requires you to be the way you were before, says that you're being selfish, it's a projection and it's not you. Stay committed to yourself, to your betterment, to your soul. It is not your responsibility to take the burden of anyone else's healing as yours. It's not your responsibility. Boundaries is healing people. Boundaries heal people. Okay? That's where I'm going to leave it. I hope that this resonated for you, that you feel like I see you, and I hope that it kind of clears up how people view you. I know that it was kind of back and forth. I feel like most people are just so enamored by your light and who you are and what you have done and how much you have overcome. And I feel like most people feel like you are changing their mind about people being able to change. So that's a really good thing. Some people don't like it. So that's not your problem though. I hope that you have a fantastic day. Tomorrow's Freaky Friday. We'll see how to be more of our completely self-expressed, authentic self. I don't think I'm going to cosplay because I don't feel great. And that's okay. Tomorrow, being freakily authentic me is just going to be plain Jane Hillary Ann, okay? So, okay. I will get to comments. I'm sorry I'm so behind. Thank you so much for your patience and understanding. I love you. I love you so much. Okay, take care. Ta-ta. Oh, I forgot.